Hello students, I am Dr. Krupa Rasane, professor from Jain College of Engineering, Belgavi. I am going to deal with the topic network and cybersecurity, and I am dealing with module 4 of the subject network and cybersecurity, which is an elective for the 8th semester electronics and communication department. This is the Cybersecurity Network Module 4 syllabus, Cyber Network Security Concepts as prescribed by the video, and the textbook is Thomas J Mowbray, titled Cybersecurity Managing Systems, Conducting Testing and Investing Intrusions by Willey Publications. So the part 1 basically consists of two chapters. The chapter 1 is the executive summary and chapter 2 are the problems, that is on cyber's antipatterns. In chapter 2, the problem cyber antipatterns, we have already dealt with these three things: antipatterns, concepts, forces in cyber antipattern templates, and also we have dealt with cybersecurity anti-pattern catalog, wherein we have completed these four anti-pattern catalogs, and today we'll be looking into hard on the outside, gooey in the middle, and the next two anti-pattern catalogs will be looked at in the next lecture. As we know, anti-patterns catalog is a technical term in the pattern community, which is a list of patterns, and this is called as catalog. This catalog lists anti-patterns in different ways, and we have already seen a few anti-patterns. Let us move on to the next anti-pattern: hard on the outside, gooey in the middle. This anti-pattern name, hard on the outside, gooey in the middle, is also known as Tootsie Pop, defense in depth, perimeter security, protect everything from all threats. Refactored solution names are HBSS, network enclaves, and unbalanced primal forces, management of confidentiality. Anecdotal evidence: each user's browser is sending thousands of spyware beacons every day. Advanced persistent threat: our networks are totally secure, we have a firewall. Now coming to anti-pattern solution. Traditional network architecture include three major domains: the Internet Boundary or DMZ, the Data Center Storage Area Network SAN, and the rest of the network. Between the DMZ and intranet, there are network security devices including a firewall and possibly an IDS, that is intrusion detection system. Network security is concentrated at the firewall, and firewalls are assumed to protect the entire network. In theory, firewalls protect the network by hiding the internal IP addresses through network address translation, that is NAT, and blocking incoming packet traffic on denied port numbers. But in practice, most pocket traffic is concentrated on only very few outgoing ports, primarily 5380 and 443. These correspond to domain name system, HTTP and HTTPS protocols, which are the core protocols of the World Wide Web. So continuing with the anti-pattern solution, these outgoing ports are open on virtually all the firewalls. So malware and spyware writers who are writing, they are well aware of this fact, and hence they craft their own code and take advantage of these ubiquitously open ports. Means these are basically found everywhere. Botnet malware and browser-based spyware send beaconing packets from infected machines inside the firewall to port 80 on external control servers. To the firewall, these packets appear to be ordinary web traffic. In drive-by malware, attackers take advantage of the fact that most internet browsers are configured to execute scripted code by default. So, if your browser encounters a malware-infected site, attacker code is executed on your system, obviously. Now, drive-by malware sites are widespread on the internet. For example, there are more than 9,000 sites that distribute free antivirus protection, which are really a malware in disguise. So, one malware variety, ransomware. What it does it locks up your system and demands payment. Inside the firewall, there are a few internal protections on intranets. However, the greatest threat of all, the insider threat, is inside the firewall. Insider threats are most dangerous because they have legitimate network credentials and they know about the most valuable information. So, external threats penetrate networks and get into the firewall, and often they do this by very stealthy means. In a common anti-pattern threat scenario, specific employees are studied using some online information, using some social networking profiles like Facebook pages, LinkedIn profiles, and other public data. In phishing attacks, the targeted emails are attached with a malware along with the emails. Preying on the gullibility and curiosity of the people, the malware is opened and the system is infected with, for example, something called as a keylogger. The keylogger sends keystroke data back to the attacker on port 80, which quickly gains into the user's login credentials and eventually a system administrator's credentials when they log in to perform maintenance. With administrative credentials, the malware can be propagated to many other machines inside the firewall. In effect, the entire intranet is owned by the attacker. So the causes, symptoms, and consequences of this antipattern include no protected network enclaves inside the firewall on the intranet, no HBSS, no configuration monitoring, and other cyber patterns such as never read the logs. Known exceptions are for small networks of perhaps fewer than 50 users, a traditional network architecture might be workable. However, additional measures such as system hardening and HBSS should be implemented. The refracted solution and examples. For larger network with extensive information assets, intranet security should be carefully designed. What are the most critical information assets in the enterprise? These deserve additional protection, such as a separate firewall network enclave with IDS, IPS network monitoring. Security should be focused on the assets most deserving of the additional safeguards. State-of-the-art security solutions include continuous configuration monitoring. There are tools such as Tripwire that monitor changes to key system files such as kernel and dynamic link libraries. Other tools encapsulate both file system changes and application program interface calls, preventing malicious actions such as McAfee HBSS. Some tools perform periodic security vulnerability and configuration testing, such as Retina from EI, Nessus from Tenable, and Next Expose from Rapid7. To summarize today's lecture, we have been seeing hard on the outside, Gooey in the middle, anti-pattern catalog. And in the next lecture, we'll be looking into Webify everything and no time for security. Thank you. Feel free to ask any questions.